Hello and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. So in this video I'm doing a quick walkthrough of one of my projects. But yes, as always, please go ahead and follow me on GitHub, visit my website, and if you have any questions, email me. Right then. First thing is I have this project called the Comic Book Shop project. It's a full stack .NET project. So this video I'm going to walk you through how the project looks and just give you a quick overview about the different features that it contains. But before we do that, I already made a video. Like if you're a developer and you want to run this project on your computer, like you might be one of my students. In that case, I've already uploaded a video on how to run the project locally on your computer. So that video is separate and it's already done. I put the link in the description. But this video, I'm going to walk you through the project, especially how it looks and feels, what are the things it can do when it is running. So that's what this video is about. So I already have the project ready here. I've already configured. Now there are some things you need to have ready. Again, check the other video. So I've already done all the necessary steps to make it run. So let's go ahead and quickly get that up and running. And okay, it is a microservice. As you can see, it has a lot of projects running at the same time. And there it is, just coming up one by one. And here we go. And the main, of course, is the website. So there it is. This is the project live and running on the computer right now. It's a very basic e-commerce shop. I'm imagining it's like a comic book shop. I do like comic books. I like Batman. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and added some Batman product images. I got them from Amazon, and the images and the information and everything. So it's just there. So this is what the project is about. It's a very basic e-commerce project. You have the usual, customer login, management login, and then you can register a new account. I will show all that in a bit, and then you can place an order, and you can use the cart and then place an order with Stripe and all that. So what does this project really contain? So let's go to the key features here. One thing is it is a .NET full stack project. So which means it has a backend and it has the front end. So the backend is using the ASP.NET Web API situation. I have been using and developing web APIs for more than 10 years now. So I'm very comfortable with C# and .NET for web API. So there you go. That's the one. So web API, I'll show in a bit. It has the Swagger and everything. Next, it uses EF Core with SQL Server running locally. I use EF Core because, again, these projects are made for the beginner developer learners. So in the beginning, they may struggle to understand SQL queries and stored procedures and things like that. So EF Core takes away the headache of managing the database. So that's why I've chosen to use EF Core. I'm following the microservices approach. Again, you saw here already that I have so many projects running simultaneously, and each of them, you can see here in Visual Studio, each of them is a separate project. So I'm taking the microservices approach here. The reason is, many reasons. One thing is it allows me to develop and deploy each project individually. So if I make a change in one project, it will not affect the other project. That's really the main key reason. So there'll be some duplication of details and other things, but otherwise this approach allows me to focus on what I'm working on. Like for example, I'm let's say the authentication server. I want to add some new improvements to it. I want to make some changes. If I find a bug, I fix it. It only affects that project. As long as I keep the interfaces and integrations in place, I don't have to worry about affecting the rest of the project. And I can also add new things. I can add entirely new API servers. Like for example, let's say I want to add a customer support service. Like right now, I don't have a customer support service. So if I decide to build a customer service support, I could build it and add it as a separate microservice while the rest of the project is already live and in production. So another reason why I like microservice approach. I'm also using class libraries to take care of some common features that are shared across these microservices. And of course, the front end is built using Razor. Now, Razor is a old technology, MVC, Razor, Pages, but it is, again, this is a beginner friendly project. So, for a student who's just starting up, I want to keep things simple. So Razor uses standard HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and even some JavaScript if you really want to. And of course, C#. So it really makes the learner's life a little easy. Now, once they get familiar with Razor, I am sure, currently the demand is for either React.js or AngularJS or Vue.js or some other framework that might come. So the student can use the skills learned while building the Razor app and then take it forward with React or something like that in the future. So I'm going to stick with Razor because it is simple and easy to understand. And I wanted at least one Azure service, Azure cloud integration here. So I've gone ahead and added the Azure Service Bus. Again, this is actually kind of essential because with the microservice approach, you may want to send messages from one service to another service. You want to process it another place. So that's why Azure Service Bus is included in the project. And finally, it's an e-commerce shop, so you want to have at least one payment simulation. So I'm using test keys from Stripe to give a nice real-world payment experience. So again, of course, it has authentication authorization with OAuth 2. Oh, it's supposed to be OAuth 2. Hold on, let me just change that. That's the current version, isn't it? So OAuth 2 with authentication authorization, I already added, you can register accounts, you can log in, and of course, roles are available. And the e-commerce features, or you can see the products, you can add them to cart, you can place an order and make the payment through Stripe. This is for the customers. And of course, the backend CRM features, products can be added, deleted, edited, coupons can be added, and so on. And finally, orders can be managed, like you can change the status from approved, pending, ready to deliver, and stick like that. And finally, logging and communication of actions via the Azure Service Bus. So that is what the key features of this website is. So let's go and see it live in action. So first, let me go here, okay, and let's go ahead and create an account, right? So let's go ahead, and the first step is let's get the go here. I'm going to go and say email. I'm going to say test2@test.com. I'll call this test2. Phone number, it can be anything you want. I'll just say 123. The password, I have a password noted down here. I'll just use that to make my life a little easy. And like I said, there is OAuth 2 roles. I have 2 roles here. I'll stick with leader role, and I'm then going to click register. And then yeah, it says here like a small pop-up, registration is successful. And you know what, I am using the Azure Service Bus. You can see here, this is my Azure Service Bus. I have different queues for different message management, and they all seem to be working just fine. And right now I just have the registration user. If I go here, you'll see that just a few seconds ago there was a message that was received 11:09 a.m. Oh, it hasn't refreshed yet. So now how do we see if this message came through? So let's go to my database, and you see here this is where all the email, the Service Bus messages are being logged. So you can see here the last message was at 11:08 p.m. IST. Right now it is 11:18 a.m. IST. So let me just refresh this table, and you see that a new user registration happened just now at 11:17. You know what, I need some water, hold on. Okay, I'm back. So you can see here at 11:17, a message was received from Azure Bus, and it has been logged in the email service. So I have an email service whose job is to go ahead and collect the Azure Queue messages, and that is being logged. There you go. So in fact, if I just go ahead and click, let me just copy this. And if I try to look at this, so let's go ahead and let me open a file here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, new file, text. There it is, test2@test.com. So we know the Azure Service Bus is working. So that's good. A new user is registered, which is something that you may want to take action in a real life e-commerce situation. So let's keep going. So I have got the user logged in. Let's go ahead and log in with that user. So it's test2@test.com. The password is the one that I used before. So let me go ahead and just copy paste it. Okay, and then there it is. You're logged in. That part is done. So now that the customer is logged in, let's let the customer go ahead and try to purchase a product. Let's say we'll try to buy Hush. It's a very nice comic book. It's really good. So I'm going to click on details, and there you go. And I click on add to cart, and the cart has been updated. I do get these tiny notifications. And if I go to my cart option, and you can see here it is added. It says one count and everything. So there's even a coupon option and everything. So we'll worry about that later. So now I'm ready. Let's say this is all I want to do. I'm going to say looks good. And I'm going to say test2@test.com. And then I'm just going to say one phone number. There you go. Place order. The moment I place order, it connects to the Stripe payment page right away. Okay, I can put any email I want, but I'll just keep using the same one, test2@test.com. And here I'm using the test card, right, from Stripe, 424242424242. Here can be anything we want. I can just say 125. Oops, sorry. I can say 1225. Okay, CVC can be anything you want. Cardholder name, test2. It's all good. Click on pay, and then the payment would be, yeah, it's done. So that part is looking good, very nice. Okay, now if I go here in the messages again, hold on. Sorry, there was a small disturbance. Okay, so now if I once again refresh this table, you'll see that I've gotten a Azure queue message saying that a new order has been placed. So that part is really good. Okay, so that part is really working well. So let's go ahead and now come back here, and you can see, okay, the order is also placed. And now I can come back. Okay, I can come back to the home, and there you go. I can go ahead and proceed to log out. So let's say I want to check the order. I want to process the order. So what I could do is I can log in. I have another user. Let's say this person is the owner of the shop or something. I think I have an account called Wonder Woman. Let me test that if I have it or not. Yes, and then if I go to manage order, I can see the order placed by test2. So it is approved right now. So then I can go to details. There it is. I get all the details, session ID, payment ID, and all those things. Then I want to say change the status to ready to pick up. And now if I go back to order, I can see here now the status is changed to ready for pickup. And now what I'll do is I'll go to details, and I'm going to say order is completed. I go back to manage order and see here that the order has been completed. And I can even check which orders are ready for pickup, which orders have been canceled, which orders have been approved. So there is some sorting option available here with the order management. So that is really the main part of this project. So everything seems to be working fine. Login, order management, placing order, cart, and so on and so forth. So these are the main things I wanted to talk about in this project, and that is all I want this to be. As always, if you are a developer, there is another video which I've put in the description, which explains to you how you can download the code and run the project on your machine. But if you're just trying to find out how the project looks when it is running, what it can do and what it cannot do, hopefully this video was useful. Thank you.